Welcome back everyone, I'm Danny the Dinosaur Drawer, and today I'm going to be showing you all how to draw the level 40 Tuojiangosaurus from Jurassic World the Game. And the materials we're going to be using today is a Graph Gear 500 mechanical pencil, an eraser, and some paper. So once you get that stuff out, we will begin the tutorial. So our reference image shows the Tuojiangosaurus facing to the right. So we're going to have to put in the head right about at this spot on the left of our page. And Tuojiangosaurus has a very large body that is almost like a mountaintop. So you want to make sure the head is low enough that we can fit all the spikes on the page. So I'm going to lower my head a little bit, maybe right about here. So as I said, yeah, the body is enormous. Let's just put in a circle to represent the body of Tuojiangosaurus. And at the same time, you want to leave some room to the right for the tail, which has a bunch of spikes. So yeah, this is a little bit sloppy. We're definitely going to clean it up later on in the tutorial. So it's got a bunch of spikes that go all the way down to the tail. It's got a very small head. It's got stocky, short front legs. So his head is quite low to the ground. And that's another thing we should do quite early on, is draw the ground in. So put that in. Now the back legs are much larger and they sit much higher up on the body. And the knee will be right about there. We'll have this leg bent back a little bit. And yeah, it's quite stocky, very much like a tree trunk. And we're going to see the other opposite leg as well. And just to clarify, these spikes are in double rows. So you want to make sure we draw 2 of each. And then the head, we'll put a little bit more refinement in the next stage. But yeah, the eye will be right about there. But yeah, I think the proportions look pretty good. You can mess around until you are satisfied with the proportions of your outline. But to me, this looks pretty good. So now we will move on to the next stage. Okay, so be sure to have your eraser on hand because we're going to need it, especially with the sloppy outline that I put in. Hope you guys did not do such a sloppy job. But yeah, we're going to be putting in the head, which is quite simple. Let's put in the eye, right about here. The pupil in. Put some shading around the eye socket. And it's going to have a nose horn that goes up like that. So be sure to put that in. And next we'll put in a beak, the upper beak I guess, because it's got a set of beaks. And then it's going to have this muscle that opens and closes the jaw. We're going to see a little bit of the inside of the mouth, which we can cover in, or color in I should say. And then let's add some shading to the bottom jaw. Like so. Add some shading and just some grain to the different areas there. Alright, so now we can begin putting in the spikes that climb up this huge mountain of a back. So yeah, the spikes are enormous on the level 40 Tuojiangosaurus. And they look a lot like, I don't know, like dinosaur teeth to me. They're very thick at the bottom and very pointy at the top. They look like Spinosaurus teeth. Okay, so here they rapidly get smaller and they disappear. Or I should say they then transform into a bunch of weird spikes that are in all different directions. It almost looks like a crystal formation. You can have fun with this part. You can just make up your own spikes. But yeah, it's almost like a club of spikes. Different than the Stegosaurus. Then we'll draw the tip of the tail. which you should not draw too spiky, otherwise people will think it's just another spike. Let's draw the bottom of the tail. It's got quite a thick tail, and it's kind of short because it's got to be able to sustain all that weight. Here I'm going to erase just because I need to raise up some of these spikes. So the tail is going to go up here. So right now we're just going to be connecting all of the different spikes. Like so. Okay, so for each, we're going to very soon do the opposite ones, but for each of these spikes, I want you to do a bunch of these long lines to show the grain of each individual spike. Otherwise they look kind of plain and they don't look like they have texture. And then next I will do the opposite side. So as you guys can see, I added in the opposite spikes and I shaded them in very dark. So you guys can take a moment to do that. And once you've completed the spikes on the opposite side, we can move on to the neck. And then we'll move on to the legs. So it's got a very, very short neck, so it almost looks like it's part of the body. It's like a triangle almost. Okay, we'll add some shading for that. Then here we're going to add in the shoulder. It's going to have a nice round shoulder, and we want to add some wrinkles for that. So go ahead and put those wrinkles in. Then we'll put the upper arm here. Add some more wrinkles. Sort of like an elephant leg. I'm going to put in the elbow. Let's put in the elbow, and then we're going to put in the forearm, which is very stocky. And then put in some toes and some claws. Very dull claws, but still claws. And then we'll put in some more wrinkles. Now for the opposite leg, we can shade it in much darker. And add some more ground in, so it's not just one straight line. Okay, so let's put in the opposite toes, and then I'll just go ahead and shade this in. The paper I'm using, guys, is like, it's really good paper, but it really smudges. So as you guys can see, I smudged graphite everywhere. It's a real mess. So I'll have to clean up with the eraser later. So go ahead and put that leg in, and then we're going to put in the stomach. So this dinosaur looks very, very heavy. I'm guessing at least maybe 7 tons, something like that. I know Triceratopses could probably get above 8 tons. Okay, so let's put some wrinkles around the belly. And put in the shoulder blade. And for the belly, I got some shading pencils here. But any pencil will work. I'm just going to add some shading there. I switch out pencils. You don't have to make it too dark. And then we'll go ahead and put in the back leg and the foot of the opposite side. And these also will be shaded in. My set of shading pencils it's been very thinned out, so now I've got like 3 shading pencils left. So I'm hoping that somebody will get me a nice set for Christmas. We'll see. You guys will know, because if I do a tutorial and I'm drawing with really nice pencils, then you guys can assume I got some new pencils for Christmas. Or either I went to the store and bought them after Christmas because nobody had given them to me. But art materials are always on my Christmas list. And my family and friends know that, so. Alright, so we're going to work on the back leg next. It's going to have a knee, so let's go ahead and put some knee wrinkles and some wrinkles across the thigh here. A very thick ankle. Put in the toenails, or claws, whatever you want to call them. And some more wrinkles. It's like a very baggy skinned dinosaur. It's such a hard name to pronounce. I actually had to look up how to pronounce it. Tuojiangosaurus. But you guys all wanted me to draw this because I put up a poll. You guys probably saw it. And you guys were eager for some dinosaurs because I'd spent so much time on that Assassin's Creed project. Assassin's Creed Valhalla hand-drawn trailer. Complete with 98 drawings. So yeah, it took me a very long time to get that done. See, it sort of took away some focus from dinosaurs. But right now we're going to be adding in some shading to the bottom of the tail. To this point, the drawing looks almost complete, but if you guys want to go the extra mile, and I'm always willing to go the extra mile, you guys can add in scales and stripes. So I'll probably do the scales off camera, but I will show you guys what I'm going to do for stripes. So these are big stripes. They're very spaced out, and they're very large. It looks very similar to like a map, you know. Large blotches. And you want to make them look sort of organic, you know, so make them look kind of random. You don't want them all to look the same. Believe it or not, it's sometimes hard to make something look random. You can make one sort of like with a stripe inside the stripe, you know, like a double. Looks like a pair of pants there. And let's finish up. And the legs have not really stripes, but they've got these little dots on them. Look kind of cute. But yeah, guys, this is Tuojiangosaurus for you. Very quick tutorial, much quicker than I thought it would be. But that is because some of it was off camera, like all the time I spent doing the opposite spikes. But if you guys have enjoyed the video, be sure to leave it a like. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and if you'll do me a big favor, you'll check out the Assassin's Creed Valhalla hand-drawn trailer. Because if every one of my subscribers had watched it, it would have 21,000 views, and that's just like a huge number. But yeah, I know a lot of people don't check their YouTube and everything like that, so I understand. But yeah, it was a big project. Me and my brother worked very hard on it, so I'd appreciate all the views, all the thumbs up, all the thumbs ups, and all the shares you guys are willing to give. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Leave a comment what you guys think I should draw next. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys later.